If your fish started dying right after you cleaned your filter, this video might hurt a little. Because you didn't do something stupid. You didn't forget anything. You didn't neglect your tank. You did what you were told. Clean the filter. Keep things fresh. Don't let it get dirty. And when things went wrong, you blamed yourself. But here's the part nobody explains. They didn't lie to you. They just sold you confidence before biology was ready. Because aquariums don't crash loudly. They crash quietly, with a delay. And today, we're breaking down why cleaning your filter the normal way can silently trigger ammonia spikes, stress fish, and undo weeks of biological stability. Stay to the end, because once you see what's actually happening inside your filter, you'll never clean it the same way again. And if you like learning the why behind aquarium problems, instead of just being told what to buy next, you're probably in the right place. Let's start. Number 5, cleaning because it looks dirty. Dirty equals dangerous. You've seen it. Brown filter media, gunk, smell. Your brain says, this needs to be cleaned. That reaction makes sense. In our homes, dirty means unhealthy. But a filter is not a countertop. What looks like dirt is often living biology. That brown layer is biofilm. It's where ammonia becomes less deadly. When you clean based on appearance, you're not removing waste. You're removing protection. This is why tanks often look amazing right after a deep clean, and then crash days later. The system didn't fail instantly, it failed after the safety net was gone. Do this instead. Clean filters based on flow reduction, not color. If water is moving freely, your filter is probably doing its job. And if this already feels uncomfortable, yeah, this channel exists for moments like that. Number 4, rinsing media under tap water. It's just water, right? This one destroys more tanks than people realize. You take the media out, you rinse it under the tap, quick and easy. But tap water isn't neutral. It contains chlorine or chloramine, designed to kill bacteria. And nitrifying bacteria are bacteria. 30 seconds under tap water can wipe out colonies that took weeks to form. The fish don't react immediately. They seem fine, because ammonia spikes are delayed. That's why this mistake is so dangerous. You never connect the crash to the cleaning you did days ago. Do this instead. Rinse filter media only in old tank water. Never tap water, ever. Tap water cleans filters. Tank water preserves them. Number 3, over-cleaning too often. More cleaning equals more safety. This feels responsible. Weekly cleanings, monthly deep scrubs. Nothing ever gets too dirty. But every cleaning resets biology. Bacteria don't recover instantly. They rebuild. If you clean too often, your tank lives in a constant state of recovery. Never stable, always vulnerable. That's when ammonia spikes feel random. They aren't random. They're cumulative. Do this instead. Clean only when flow drops. Leave media alone otherwise. Stability beats freshness. And if this is already changing how you see maintenance, yeah, this channel might save you some expensive lessons. Number 2, trusting bottled bacteria to fix spikes. Just add bacteria. This advice sounds scientific, and sometimes it helps. But here's the part most people miss. Bottled bacteria is not a biological system, it's a supplement. Without stable surfaces, without time, without existing biofilm, it can't replace what was lost. This is why people say, I added bacteria, but nothing changed. Because the foundation was gone. Do this instead. Use bottled bacteria as support, not replacement. Protect existing colonies first. That's where real stability lives. Number 1, thinking the tank is safe because fish look fine. They survived the cleaning. This is the most deceptive one. You clean the filter, fish swim normally, no gasping, no deaths, so you relax. But biology doesn't react instantly. Ammonia damage builds, stress hormones rise, immune systems weaken. By the time fish shows symptoms, the crash already happened. Do this instead. Assume biology reacts later. Always connect symptoms to actions taken days earlier. Myth bust. Why filter cleaning advice keeps breaking tanks? Before we finish, there's one thing we need to clear up. Because if this felt familiar, that's not coincidence. It's not because you were careless. It's because some advice sounds right, but quietly breaks biology. Let's hit the 3 biggest ones. Myth number 1, if the filter looks dirty, it needs to be cleaned. You open the filter, brown media, slime. Your brain says, this can't be healthy. But that dirt isn't waste. It's biofilm. It's the layer keeping ammonia under control. When you clean based on looks, you're not fixing a problem. You're removing protection. That's why tanks look perfect after cleaning and crash days later. Myth number 2, rinsing filter media under tap water is harmless. It feels innocent. Quick rinse, clean water. But tap water is designed to kill bacteria, and your filter runs on bacteria. 30 seconds under the tap can erase weeks of stability. The worst part? The crash doesn't happen immediately. So you never connect it to the cleaning you just did. Tap water doesn't clean filters, it sterilizes them. Myth number 3, if fish look fine after cleaning, the filter survived. This one fools almost everyone. You clean the filter, fish swim normally, so you relax. But biology doesn't react instantly. Ammonia damage is delayed, stress builds quietly. By the time fish show symptoms, the system already took the hit. Biology doesn't react instantly. It reacts eventually. The real problem. All 3 myths fail for the same reason. They work at first, and aquariums don't crash when you make the mistake. They crash when biology tries to recover. Living systems don't survive shortcuts. They survive stability and time. The 3 truths. Why filter cleaning crashes tanks later, not instantly? Before you leave with a checklist, there are a few truths you need to see clearly. Because these aren't rules, they're patterns. And once you recognize them, filter problems stop feeling random. Truth number 1, filters don't clean water, they host life. This is the biggest misunderstanding in the hobby. We think filters remove problems. In reality, they absorb responsibility. That brown media isn't dirty, it's occupied by bacteria that convert invisible toxins into something fish can survive. When you deep clean a filter, you're not restoring safety. You're evicting the workers that kept ammonia under control. That's why tanks often look perfect right after a filter cleaning, and then fail quietly later. The filter didn't break. The biology was interrupted. Truth number 2. Every shortcut shifts the cost forward. Rinsing fast, cleaning everything at once, trusting bottled bacteria to cover it. All of these work briefly. But biology always collects payment. Sometimes the bill arrives as ammonia spikes, sometimes as stressed fish, sometimes as disease weeks later. The dangerous part is the delay, because when the damage shows up, you don't connect it to the shortcut anymore. It feels unrelated. It isn't. The system is just catching up. Truth number 3, stability matters more than cleanliness. A slightly dirty filter is often a stable one. Stability doesn't look impressive, it doesn't sparkle. But fish don't need sparkle, they need consistency. Every time you reset biology, you trade long-term balance for short-term comfort. Once you understand this, you stop asking, "Why does my tank keep crashing?" and start asking, "What did I reset too often?" That single question prevents more tank failures than any upgrade ever will. If this breakdown changed how you see filter cleaning, hit subscribe. This channel exists to explain what most advice skips over. And if you want to avoid the next silent crash, check out the Stop series on screen. Each episode breaks down one common habit that feels correct but quietly sabotages tanks long-term. Stop doing the thing everyone recommends. Start understanding why biology reacts later. Until next time, keep your filters alive, your cleanings patient, and your tanks stable.